Hello and good morning.
Hello, good morning, ma'am. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Kusum, how are you doing?
Yeah, likewise. Thank you, ma'am.
So, where are you connecting from, Kusum?
I hail from Haryana.
Oh, nice. Okay, I guess we are meeting for the first time.
So, would you mind
So,
sharing a brief introduction?
sure. That's how we start off our sessions, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. So my name is Anita Sudhir, and I'm a spoken English trainer, and I also train for the IELTS alongside with my spoken English. And I grew up and did my studies from Bangalore, but currently, that is after my marriage, I relocated to Kerala, from where I am now speaking to you. So I am from a place called Kannur, a very beautiful scenic place from Kerala. So speaking to you right now from there.
Yeah, I have heard a lot about Kerala. When I
Yeah,
get opportunity, definitely I'll go over there.
you should. That's one place you should make a trip to. So have you ever never come down to the south?
Not at all. But the South is pending. It is in my bucket list.
Right. So on your bucket list, all right. Okay. So from Haryana you said, right? Kusum?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So tell me about yourself. Oh, I can see one little toddler in your hand.
Yes, ma'am. She was my phone and she's screaming a lot. I had to talk to her, go down with her grandfather, but she didn't want to go down.
Maybe she wanted to attend the sessions on English hearing.
Yes, ma'am. She's a
Yeah.
girl. She needs my
Oh,
attention permanently. Yeah.
okay. How old is she?
She's a year and 9 months.
Oh, all right. Your only child?
No. I have two kids. My older one is 9 years old.
Right. Okay, fine.
Mhm.
So you stay with your parents or with your in-laws?
Yeah, I live in joint family.
All right. Wonderful. It's unheard of these days to live in a joint family, isn't it? I am also, you can say, from a joint family, as in I live with my mother-in-law. So after my wedding, after I got married, I relocated to Kerala. So we were a joint family. Yes.
But in my family, all are working except
All
me.
right.
Yeah.
You've never ever worked before, Kusum?
No, ma'am.
Right. How
Yeah,
come?
I
Was
have
there any
my
particular reason?
yeah, my mother-in-law passed away, so she is no more. My father-in-law is retired, but he cannot manage the kids for a long time.
Right. That's true. We can't
My
expect the seniors to take care of these little ones. You need a lot of energy to run behind them, right?
yes, they always keep me on my toes.
On your toes, yes, right? I can imagine. So, who else is there? You said you're from a joint family. Who are the others in your family?
Yeah, my family consisting of my father-in-law, my brother-in-law, his wife, and their kids. But kids are college going, so I don't get much help. But when my sister-in-law comes back home, then she takes care of my kids.
All right. So,
Mhm.
you are left to, carry on everything, do all the household chores, or
Yeah,
keep,
I
like
do
you say, keep the
everything.
fire burning.
Yeah, I do everything on my own. I have a maid. She just cleans my house only.
All right. So, the cooking is left to you.
Cooking and like dishes, washing clothes, everything I have to do.
Oh my God, that's a lot of duties, and taking care of the little one.
Sleep.
It's always the case when you want them to sleep, they don't.
It happens.
Yeah.
After a time, when I'll put her to sleep, but she will not sleep. I'm definitely sure.
Is it her normal sleep time?
No, ma'am.
It's not her sleep time.
No.
Oh, that's why. Okay, fine. Okay, so tell me about yourself, Kusum.
Yes, sure, ma'am. My name is Kusum. As I hold an MBA degree. Along with that, I have a diploma in software. I have two kids, a boy and girl. That's all about me.
What about your interests, your passions, your hobbies?
Yeah, I love traveling, dancing, teaching, cooking. But when I get spare time, then I just listen to podcast. I listen to Priyanka Chopra, English speeches, Beer Bicep, whatever I like, I listen to them only.
Right. So how long have you been on this platform, Kusum?
Yeah, I have been on this platform for past
For the
4 months.
last, yeah, for the last 4 months. So what was your motivation to join the platform?
Uh, Ma'am, actually, I am passionate about English language since my childhood, but at that time, I didn't get any platform to learn this language. So now I have lots of platforms that I thought I should work
Utilize.
on my utilize my time and work on my communication skills. So that's
Wonderful.
why I'm here. Yeah.
Right. So you said you have a sister-in-law. She's also working. So where is she working? She's in the
Uh,
corporate?
yeah, she's a lecturer in a college.
All right. Okay. So it never crossed your mind to work at all, is it, Kusum?
Ma'am, my circumstances don't allow me to go for it just because of younger kids. But in future, if I'll get any opportunity, definitely I will work.
What do you do in your time, Kusum? I mean, other than running your household, how do you, what do you find as a recreation? What do you do as a recreation at time?
I always slammed with my work. If you have younger kids, then you don't get time, right? They
You
always
tend
keep
to get
you
bored.
busy. They
Yeah.
keep me busy from dawn to dusk. I
Correct.
get completely exhausted. Even I don't have a short nap during daytime. I just hit the sack 12 p.m. Yeah, 12
12
a.m.
o'clock you hit the sag. Oh my God. I'm
Yeah,
off by 10:30. I'm off to bed. And what time do you wake up in the morning?
but yeah, I wake up at 7 a.m.
All right. Not very early. So it's okay.
Yeah,
You make up for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
All right.
now I'm counting down my days. When once she start going to school, then I'll get a lot of time. Then I'll do
Correct.
work on my communication skills. Still,
Right.
I'm working, but I'm not putting more efforts towards it.
You don't have the time to put in the effort.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay, fine. So did you come from an English environment? As in the school that you went to, did you have people speaking English, frequently?
I was in English medium school, but subjects were in English. Nobody spoke in English over there. Environment
Right.
was like vernacular.
Okay. It was only you spoke your mother tongue there, Hindi.
Mhm.
All right, fine. So, okay, Kusum. So, shall we go to our sessions document? It's all about, academics and things that we can relate to. Something about your past, your childhood, your school days, things like that. Okay.
Yeah, sure, ma'am, sure.
Yeah. So, were you from a co-ed school,
Yes, I was in co-ed school.
right from the first to the year 10th?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so what's a major difference that you could say the major difference between a co-ed school and an all boys or an all girls school?
Mm. The major difference, diversity in interactions. Like
Okay,
the boys and girls, they communicate differently. The way of thinking is different, boys and girls.
okay. What is the advantage? Now you have studied in a co-ed school, and you must be knowing of people who have gone to an only an all girls or an all boys school. What do you
Mhm.
think is the advantage that you have over them?
Advantage is because when we study in co-ed school, that we learned lots of things. We learned the social skills. How should I talk with boys, and how should I talk with
Yes,
them? How would they respect me? And after finishing school, if I'll go to workplace, so I won't feel hesitant. I will not reluctant to speak with them. So this is the
you
main
will have
advantage.
no inhibitions. You can say you will have no inhibitions
Yeah,
when
I
you
have.
go to your workplace. You will have no inhibitions, as if
I,
you won't feel shy about
yeah,
interacting with
I
people.
will not.
Yeah,
I will not feel shy. I will not. I will not
feel
feel
awkward. Feel
uneasy
awkward when
yeah,
you're dealing with them.
dealing with
Yes,
them. So this is the main
yes.
advantage because
Oh,
boys and girls, they have their own perception to perceive the things. So we learned so many things in co-ed culture. It is not necessary you get gel with them, but mingle with the opposite gender is necessary.
yes, yes. It
Because
is. All
I remember there was a girl. She was in all girls school, all girls class, all girls section. But when she moved in my class, it was co-ed, and she was so hesitant to speak with the boys. One day she came to me and she asked, Kusum, I want to ask this question to that boy. Then I told her, you can ask, no worries. No, she was feeling so shy. She never asked any question to boys. She, I think 3 or 4 months to mingle with them.
She took so much of time to adapt herself to that situation.
Yeah, to adapt herself in that situation.
Okay, it happens actually. When you go to an all girls school, some of them, it can either be, one can be that they're very shy. The
Very
other
shy.
is they go overboard, I guess, when they see
No,
boys.
I think there is a benefit of co-ed education. Otherwise, if I am in all girls school, but after 25 years, I will talk with them. So I reluctant to speak with them, right?
I will be reluctant to speak. I
I
will
will be
not know how to speak.
how to
Yes,
speak. What do they think about me, right? They,
right. Yeah,
hmm,
so there's a level of comfort when you go to a co-ed school. You
yeah,
develop a kind of comfort. You stop thinking of them as boys after some time, right?
yeah,
When you go to a school with them, they become part of your gang, your friend, and then you don't differentiate between he's a boy and this is a girl. They are
yeah,
just a class of friends,
class.
right? Did you ever bunk classes? When you say going to school, one of the things that frequently most of them do, or rather some of them do, is bunk classes. Have you
No,
ever bunked classes?
no, I have never bunked classes. My
And
teachers were so strict. Even if somebody missed the class, they would call their parents. Why did he, they are not in the school?
okay, so that fear stopped you from bunking
Yeah,
classes.
yeah. My teacher was so
Okay.
when when they enter the room, they always keep a cane with them.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
But nowadays, it is not supposed to
yes.
use the
Yes.
cane and spank
Yes.
them. Yeah,
You're not supposed to. Physical punishment is not allowed.
not allowed in schools. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Do you think that's a good idea actually?
No, it is.
Compare your childhood and the children now. Do you think this new rule is sensible?
Mm,
Spare the rod and spoil the child. Have you heard it?
yeah, it's true. Spare
It
the
is
rod
true.
for the child. It's true. Because
Yes,
nowadays the children have no fear for their teacher.
yes,
Because teachers
yes,
make them understand, but they don't use any cane and they are not allowed to spank them. So kids are so careless. What I think they are not in discipline too much.
yes. Because
When
that fear, like you said, that fear, they lack that fear, and
yeah,
they are so sure that they are not going to be punished, and the
punish.
punishment is nothing to be ashamed of. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
In our
Yeah,
times, I think we used to feel so, when during our childhood, just like you said, just looking at the cane is enough to, keep you in your seat, right?
yes,
When
yes.
you
I
see the
remember.
cane and the teachers,
Yeah, when my teachers sit in the room, all students just keep a mum. Yeah. But
yes, they
nowadays
maintain
they
pin,
just
like we say, pin drop silence in the
in the
class.
silence. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So how are you with your children? Do you spare the rod?
I am so
No,
strict.
when I say spare the rod, I really don't mean beating them physically, but I mean disciplining. Let's take it with that meaning. When we say spare the rod, we let us not take it in the previous, connotation, like how people used to beat him, with a ruler, with a cane. But
Mm-hmm.
do you think you have to, discipline your child? So when you say that, how are you as a parent with your child?
I am a strict mother. I when he makes shouts, when he's not in discipline, I berate him.
Mm.
You know, because I
You
want
beat
it.
him,
No, I just berate him. You have to do
berate him. Okay.
yeah.
Yes,
Because
you
I try
scold him. Yeah,
yeah, I try to make him understand logically, because if I make them understand logically, then he listens to me. Otherwise, he sometimes he doesn't listen to me, he doesn't bother.
true, true,
Yeah. So,
true.
and I apply on my this, if I will be disciplined, then he will try to imitate me. The
Right. So
parents are so
you
good on
lead the way. You lead the way. You teach them moral values by being it yourself.
yeah,
I lead the way. I show them the way. So if I have moral values, my children will follow, will imitate. Yes.
yes,
So I have
yes,
to set a standard,
yeah,
right? Is that
yeah,
how you learned things, Kusum? Learning from your parents?
yeah, of
Would you
course.
say?
I have learned from my parents, and like organize the things I have learned from my husband.
Oh, really? Being a shippy.
Yeah, he's in discipline and he loves to organize the things like books, libraries, and cupboards, all things. But when I got married, I was not very organized. Yeah, but I have learned from him. So still, yeah, my cupboards are messing, but his cupboards are always organized.
Okay, fine. So you said you had a very, did you have a very strict upbringing also, like from your
Yes,
parents?
yes.
Okay,
My father was liberal, but my mother was strict.
all right. Oh,
I
that
think
makes a lot of difference.
one parent should be strict.
I understand. Yeah, instead of both of them, which is rarely the case, someone has to, like we say, be strict, be
Be
the
strict.
disciplinarian. Correct.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. Um, Now, when you went to school, during your school days, what were your fears? As in, academically, what were your fears? How did you overcome them? When we join a school, when we attend school, we have so many different types of fears. Like
Hmm.
how maybe, like, even coming to making friends among ourselves, you
Hmm.
have these small cliques in class, one gang of girls and another gang of girls. So
Hmm.
that actually is very traumatic for us also. Like sometimes you want to be in another group, but they don't take you there. Maybe they feel that you don't belong there. So there are so many stresses and trauma related to school life, academic life. What did you have any kind of a fear, academic fears, and how did you overcome them?
Uh, when I was in school, my fear was just to get a position in top three. I
Right.
just I used to always think about I have to score my position in top three. And after some time there were lots of sections, so they were merged into one. So
Yes.
competition was
Was more.
increased.
Was more. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yes.
was very hard time for me how to secure the position. That was my main fear because I was the monitor in the class. I thought if I didn't get any position, I will lose my position. That was my main fear. Otherwise, I had good friends. I had good teachers, so I didn't face any other
So
fear.
generally, your academic life, your school life was, smooth sailing. Would you say?
Smooth sailing.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
were
it
you
was.
a good student? Were you a good student? Would you say then?
Yeah, I was a good student.
Hmm. Okay,
Mm.
fine. Okay. Then, what was the best and the worst part of being a student? What did you like about being a student?
Being a student, we learned lots of things other than academics as well. Teacher,
Okay.
yeah, we learned like social skills, how to deal with in different circumstances, how to solve the problems, how to analyze it. So we get a different exposure as well.
All right. And what is the worst part about being a student? So there's a
Worst,
lot of learning. When you say best part, a lot of learning for us. When you say the best parts of being a student, a lot of learning, different types of skills, okay,
mm,
moral values, things like that.
mm,
What is the worst thing about being a student?
I don't think there is a worst thing of being a
Nothing.
student. But like sometimes what we do if we are getting lots of homework, then we try to procrastinate our work. Like
Yeah.
we
You
learn
don't. You,
procrastination
yes.
being a
Yes. Okay. That
student.
could that could be that could be a bad part of being a student. When you're overburdened with homework,
But
you
then,
tend to procrastinate.
yeah,
Yeah, we
because
tend to procrastinate because we are unable to finish it. It's too
yeah,
much for us.
sometimes it happens with my kid. He gets lots of homework. So if he has to write like seven notebooks of homework, then it is very difficult for him. How would I
Yes,
finish it? So sometimes he tries to procrastinate it. Mama, I will do it later. I will do it tomorrow. So that's why it came into my mind.
correct. No, that is true. That is true. So that could be the worst part about being a student because otherwise, I think most people, all of us, I think, we enjoy our school lives
Yeah,
a lot, right?
yeah.
Right. Okay. Now let's understand some words here, Kusum, related to the academic life. Okay. When we say scholar, what does it mean? A scholar. What
So,
comes to your mind when we say a scholar? Who's a scholar?
bright student who is good in academics.
Okay, not
Right.
nearly, not really a student, someone who's very intelligent. Generally, a scholar is somebody who's got a lot of experience.
Intelligent.
So I don't think we can call a student as a scholar. So
Okay.
maybe an
And
adult.
scholar. Like
Yeah,
if If you are good at cooking, so I can say you are scholar at cooking.
No, 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 no. Scholar is generally something related to academics,
Yeah, that's why I'm
subjects.
asking you. Yeah,
Yeah, it's not in cooking. You don't say, not for cooking, you don't say he's a scholar.
if
No,
scholar
that's a
child.
skill.
Yeah,
Yeah, it should be something academic. Okay,
yeah.
so if you're
Mm.
talking about a skill like cooking, that is different. That's a skill. Cooking is a skill,
Skill. Yeah,
correct?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
what do you call a skill for cookery? Someone who has a skill for cooking. What is that word? Have you heard it?
Okay, another word for cooking.
Another word for the skill in cooking.
Okay, I don't know.
Culinary skills.
Culinary skill. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have heard of it. Yeah, now I know.
Yes, yes. So any skills related to cooking is called culinary skills. Okay. So
Culinary
if you
skill.
if you have culinary skills, you can't say you're a scholar. So you say it if you're good at math, if you're good at chemistry, or some particular subject, you can say you're a scholar. Okay.
So
A pupil, yeah, yeah.
I want to say I am good at cooking. So I can say I am good at culinary skill.
Yes, or you can say I am a culinary expert. You can
Culinary.
say I am a culinary expert.
Okay. Okay,
Okay.
got it.
Instead of saying I'm good at culinary skills, you can say I'm a culinary expert.
Culinary
Right?
expert. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So what did you
totally.
understand? Yeah. Okay. So what is another word for pupil?
Pupil, student. Pupil
Yes.
means.
Yes. A student. Okay. So when you say scholastic,
Sorry, ma'am.
scholastic. The word
Scholastic.
scholastic.
It is derived from
Scholar,
scholar, right?
yes, is derived from the word scholar, you can say. So scholastic means concerning education.
Sorry, ma'am.
Concerning education.
Concerning education. Okay.
Yeah,
So How
concerning
would I,
schools,
how would I put in a sentence?
scholastic.
Yeah.
Concerning schools and education. So when you put it in a sentence, my scholastic performance has been above average so far. My scholastic performances have been above average, or you can say excellent so far, because you just now admitted to me that you always vied for the first three positions in class. Correct? That means you always had you always concentrated on education, on improving your knowledge, on being first in class. Okay, so you can say my scholastic pursuits, anything related to academics. Okay, education. Okay, then when you say literacy,
Sorry?
when you say literacy, it
Literacy,
is, yeah,
education.
education. Education. Yeah. Literacy means related to education. Okay. And erudition. That's a new word, not very commonly used. Erudition. That means quality of having great knowledge.
Quality
Okay.
of
So
having great
having
knowledge.
great knowledge. So a person who has great knowledge, you can even say erudite. He is an erudite person. Person having great knowledge.
He is an erudite person.
So erudition means a quality of having great knowledge,
Great.
right?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So, Kusum, unfortunately,